Big 12 Firestorm. Joey Maguire fires back at Deion Sanders' $28 million NIL callout, exposing recruiting double standards. In the escalating arms race of college football recruiting, Colorado's coach prime, Deion Sanders, has never been one to hold his tongue. But his recent remarks about programs spending big to secure talent have stirred more than just chatter. They've drawn a measured but unmistakable response from Texas Tech head coach Joey Maguire, who, without naming Sanders, suggested hypocrisy in the criticism of his program's aggressive recruiting tactics. It all started at Big 12 Media Days, when Sanders took a playful but pointed jab. "Joey, where you at, baby? Spending that money. I love it. Once upon a time, you guys were talking junk about me going in that portal. Now when everybody's going in the portal, it's okay. It's cool when they do it. There's a problem when I do it. Ain't that a rap song?" Coach Prime was referring to the increasing normalization of leveraging NIL, name, image, likeness, deals, and the transfer portal to bolster rosters. In classic Sanders style, he delivered his message with charisma, but also a tinge of frustration, hinting at double standards that have followed him since his arrival at Colorado. Maguire, who was attending the Texas High School Coaches Association convention, addressed the issue with a mix of confidence and clarity. "Honestly, I kind of laugh because I don't know any coach that wouldn't want the support that their university and their boosters put behind Texas Tech," Maguire said. "Some of it I kind of go like, man, that's kind of hypocritical." He didn't name Deion directly, but his meaning was clear. Maguire went on to explain that recruiting, NIL, and the transfer portal are simply tools in the modern game. Tools every program, even traditionally less heralded ones like Texas Tech, has the right to wield. "I've seen all the good, the bad, and the ugly in recruiting," said Maguire, a former high school coach of 23 years. "This isn't new. What's new is the transparency, the platform, and the dollar amounts." Texas Tech has been one of the most aggressive users of the transfer portal this offseason, grabbing 22 players including offensive tackle Felix Ojo, a top 5 national prospect who reportedly signed a 7-figure, 3-year NIL package with help from the Matador Club. The move raised eyebrows, but Maguire remained unapologetic. "Nobody was surprised when Texas or Ohio State did it," he added. "But now Texas Tech decides we're going to do it and suddenly it's a problem? We're just doing what the big boys have always done." This growing tension between Sanders and Maguire, while polite, is quickly becoming one of the most intriguing storylines in college football. While both coaches are revolutionizing the way their programs operate, their methods, and the reactions they receive reveal the complexities of modern recruitment. Behind the banter lies a broader debate. Who gets to spend? Who's judged when they do? And why does it seem like Sanders, despite doing what everyone else is doing, draws more heat? Maguire himself offered a compelling take on the scrutiny. "I don't know what Texas's payroll was last year or Ohio State's payroll was last year, but nobody was surprised when they were doing it at that level," he said. "And then all of a sudden, Texas Tech decides that we're going to be extremely aggressive in the world, the two worlds, and do it the right way. It shouldn't be done at Texas Tech." That phrase, "the two worlds," wasn't accidental. Maguire was referencing the transfer portal and NIL, both of which have reshaped recruiting as we know it. His comment hinted at a divide between the programs traditionally seen as elite and those fighting for a seat at the table. And Sanders? He knows all about being judged differently. Since arriving at Colorado, Coach Prime has faced scrutiny for his brashness, his confidence, his rapid-fire portal strategies. Yet, he continues to operate with authenticity and drive. "Yeah, Joey got some money," Sanders said during media days, smiling. "Joey, where you at, baby? Spending that money. I love it. I love it. Once upon a time, you guys were talking junk about me going in that portal. Now when everybody's going in the portal, it's okay." The way Sanders sees it, the narrative has shifted. What was once deemed excessive is now mainstream. But while the approach may be the same, the reactions are not. Still, Sanders made it clear that his words weren't personal. "Let's get this straight. I love me some Joey Maguire," he said. one of the best coaches in this conference. I've seen him excel from high school all the way to where he is now, and he's a winner. I absolutely love it. He's a man of standard. Mutual respect? Absolutely. But neither coach is backing down from the opportunity to turn their program into a Big 12 powerhouse. With Texas Tech landing the #2 transfer portal class in the nation, including headline makers like Ojo, the Red Raiders are making a strong statement. We're no longer just a scrappy underdog. Meanwhile, Sanders brought in 33 transfers of his own, giving Colorado the 19th ranked class. He's building, and he's building fast. As both programs lean into the high-octane world of nil and transfers, the stakes are raised. Fans, analysts, and insiders are watching closely, not just to see who wins on Saturdays, but to see who changes the narrative off the field. McGuire seems more than ready for that challenge. We got to control what we can control, he said. There's a lot of expectations, and I think expectations are great. I would rather be in that position than hoping to get bowl eligible. That's the thing about this new era. Coaches don't just want to survive. They want to dominate. They want to build dynasties. And that takes bold moves, big money, and thick skin. Deion Sanders and Joey McGuire may have different styles, but they share one thing in common. They're not here to play it safe. So when Texas Tech eventually lines up against Colorado, expect more than just a football game. Expect a battle of ideologies, of cultures, of ambition. Expect fireworks. And in the end, the real winners will be the fans who get to watch this Big 12 drama unfold in real time. Jordyn Tyson's unseen journey, the family blueprint behind football's rising star, and a multi-sport legacy. In the ever-evolving world of college football, it's easy to get caught up in highlight reels, stat sheets, and explosive plays that light up the Saturday night lights. But every once in a while, a story cuts deeper than just the athletic accomplishments on the field. It reaches into the roots that help those achievements blossom. Such is the case with Jordyn Tyson, the Arizona State redshirt junior wide receiver who's captured national attention for his dazzling 2024 season. Yet behind every route run, every pass caught, and every touchdown scored lies a narrative richer than most fans will ever know. The story of a family built on values, sacrifice, and an unwavering belief in greatness. Jordyn Tyson didn't arrive on the national scene by chance. His path from Colorado's sidelines to the star-studded gridiron of the Big 12 is not just a tale of talent, but one of grit, rebirth, and the kind of family foundation that many dream of but few possess. As Jordyn cements his name among college football's elite, his story is also a testament to the power of parenting, brotherhood, and faith. A blueprint for how to raise champions not just in sports, but in life. The genesis of greatness. Allen, Texas. Jordyn Tyson grew up in Allen, Texas, a town steeped in football tradition and home to one of the country's most competitive high school football programs. Allen isn't just any Texas town. It's a hotbed of athletic excellence, producing Division I recruits like clockwork. In this crucible of competition, Jordyn honed his craft, but more importantly, he was molded by a household that understood the pressure and promise of athletics at the highest level. At the heart of this household were John Tyson and Sandra Brown, Jordyn's parents, whose approach to parenting has drawn admiration from coaches, trainers, and fellow parents alike. Theirs is not a family driven by social media glitz or viral fame. Instead, the Tyson family ethos revolves around discipline, quiet consistency, and a belief in letting actions speak louder than accolades. John Tyson, football mind, life coach. John Tyson's credentials as a sports parent aren't just rooted in armchair analysis. He's lived the life of a collegiate athlete, a former football player at Florida A&M University. John knows firsthand what it means to walk into a stadium with expectations on your shoulders, but his influence extends far beyond technical training or tactical advice. For John, raising athletes was never about micromanagement or overbearing ambition. It was about instilling resilience. My thoughts on Deion wouldn't be good, so I'm not going to say anything, he said after his son was sidelined following Sanders' arrival at Colorado. That quote, while sharp, reflects more than frustration. It highlights the precarious nature of college athletics, a space where institutional changes can often upend dreams overnight. Yet even in those moments, John remained a guiding force, ensuring Jordyn didn't let adversity dictate his trajectory. Sandra Brown, the silent power behind the scenes. While John provided the strategic foundation, Sandra Brown was the spiritual and emotional anchor. Not one to seek the spotlight, Sandra has instead operated from the background, ensuring her children had what they needed, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, to endure the grind of elite sports. Her impact became particularly clear during Jordyn's toughest stretch, the recovery from a season-ending leg injury in 2022. Where many young athletes crumble under the weight of injury-induced isolation, Jordyn emerged stronger. Behind that comeback was Sandra, nurturing both his healing body and his shaken confidence. In the Tyson household, Sandra wasn't just mom. She was the team medic, therapist, cheerleader, and life coach rolled into one. The Tyson trifecta: 3 sons, 1 standard. What makes the Tyson family story even more compelling is that Jordyn isn't the only elite athlete in the family. In fact, he's part of a remarkable trio of siblings who've all made waves in Division I and professional sports. Barron Tyson, the eldest, paved the way as a college football player at South Alabama. While his career didn't capture the same headlines as his younger brothers, it was Barron who first introduced the Tyson household to the rhythms and responsibilities of being a college athlete. Watching his dedication and sacrifices gave Jordyn and Jalen a living blueprint for what excellence looked like. Jalen Tyson, the youngest, took a different path, one paved not by football cleats, but basketball sneakers. A prodigy with the ball, Jalen's journey was anything but linear. After transferring from Texas to Texas Tech and eventually Cal, he finally found his stride and was selected 20th overall in the 2024 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers. For a household built on football, Jalen's ascent in basketball was both surprising and exhilarating. Together, the Tyson brothers are rewriting the narrative of what it means to be a modern sports family. They're not chasing endorsements or spotlight, they're quietly dominating their respective sports while staying grounded in shared values. Jordyn's rebirth. From Colorado to Sun Devils superstar, Jordyn Tyson's collegiate journey began with flashes of brilliance at the University of Colorado. As a freshman in 2022, he quickly emerged as the Buffalo's most dangerous offensive weapon, racking up 470 yards and 5 touchdowns in just 9 games. But the excitement came to a screeching halt due to a leg injury that prematurely ended his season. Then came the seismic coaching shift in Boulder. When NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders took over Colorado's program in 2023, he brought with him a complete overhaul of the roster. Jordyn, despite his proven potential, was among the many who were ushered out during the transition. But what could have been the end of a promising career became the spark of a greater one. Transferring to Arizona State in 2024, Jordyn didn't just bounce back, he exploded. His 75 receptions for 1,101 yards and 10 touchdowns made him a focal point in ASU's offensive scheme and earned him All-America honors along with the Big 12 Offensive Newcomer of the Year award. Defensive coordinators around the conference were left scratching their heads as Jordyn torched secondaries with his precise route running and unshakable hands. Rewriting the narrative, the underdog mindset. Despite his accomplishments, Jordyn's path has always been marked by underestimation. Ranked as the 172nd wide receiver in his high school recruiting class, he entered the collegiate system with a chip on his shoulder. But that slight only added fuel to the fire. At Allen High School, one of the most competitive football programs in Texas, Jordyn put up eye-popping numbers: 80 receptions, 1,512 yards, and 12 touchdowns in his senior year. Yet recruiters weren't sold. They questioned his speed, his route precision, his durability. Jordyn didn't respond with words. He responded with work. Every catch he made, every defender he burned, every game he dominated was a reminder to doubters that talent sometimes comes disguised in quiet packages. Faith, family, and forward motion. The Tyson family's story is about far more than athletics. It's about legacy. Faith is believed to be a cornerstone of their household. likely rooted in Christianity, as evidenced by their values of perseverance, humility, and structure. Whether it was attending church on Sundays, praying before games, or simply keeping each other grounded through the chaos of elite sports, the Tysons maintained a spiritual compass that kept them from drifting into ego or entitlement. Even as Jordyn eyes the NFL and Jalen begins his NBA journey, their focus remains intact. Honor the family, respect the journey, and lift others as you climb. Looking ahead, NFL dreams and unfinished business. As the 2025 college football season looms, Jordyn Tyson finds himself in a rare position, both a veteran and a rising star. His name now pops up in early NFL draft discussions, with scouts praising his hands, football IQ, and big play ability. But if you ask Jordyn, he's not looking too far ahead. "I just want to get better every day. Everything else will come," he told reporters during spring camp. His journey from injury setbacks to transfer drama to national prominence is the kind of arc that Hollywood scripts are made of. But for the Tyson family, it's just another chapter in a book they're still writing, one catch, one game, one victory at a time. Conclusion: the blueprint for a sports dynasty. In an era where hype often trumps substance, the Tyson family offers a refreshing counter-narrative. They are not chasing clout. They are chasing greatness, the kind built on late-night workouts, silent prayers, family dinners, and lessons passed down through generations. Jordyn Tyson is not just a football star. He is the product of a vision, a system, and a love that refuses to waver even in the face of adversity. His story is proof that behind every highlight reel is a support system that doesn't quit. As he prepares for what could be a Heisman-caliber season and a future in the NFL, one thing is certain. The Tyson name is no longer one to watch, it's one to remember. And they're just getting started.